When Ellie got into university, she decided she wanted to live an independent life and rented a room on her own, living separately from her parents. Although her family is wealthy, she doesn't want to live in the school dormitory because she wants to enjoy the freedom of the nightlife. Ellie is pretty, and with her family's money, she has a lot of friends at school, and although she is a bit willful, everyone likes her. Ellie loved clubbing and often hung out with a bunch of her friends, so she moved out of the house so that she could go out whenever she wanted without being nagged by her parents. On this day, Ellie went to the Zero Soul bar to have fun, as she always did. After having a good meal, she drank a lot of wine and reveled in the anesthesia of alcohol. Because she had drunk too much alcohol, she suggested that everyone tell a few ghost stories before going home, the scarier the better. One of the handsome boys began to tell a story. A man living in the countryside insisted on walking home at night after dinner, despite his host's discouragement. When he finally set off, his master reminded him not to turn round if someone called his name on the road. The man was not amused and staggered off full of wine. Passing through a grove of trees, he heard his name being called and turned to speak only to find no one behind him. Frightened, he ran furiously home, locked the door, and heard the call again. Turning his head for an instant, a spooky, ghostly face smiled eerily at him. After listening to the story, Ellie got bored and then left. She walked faithfully down a dark alleyway, inexplicably fuming inside, when she suddenly heard someone behind her calling her name. She knew she had been mistaken for a ghost and planned to turn around to explain. But when she turned back, she realized that there was nothing behind her. Fear instantly struck her as she thought of the ghost story she had just heard and stumbled forward. Unexpectedly, she bumped into the arms of the handsome boy and said in horror, "Someone called me just now. I turned my head, but I didn't see anything." The boy smiled wryly. "It was me who just called you." Ellie wearily argued, "It was a woman's voice I heard, not you." He grimaced. "Was it this voice?" Ellie was paralyzed. It was exactly that voice from the alley earlier. As soon as the words left his mouth, the handsome boy suddenly opened his mouth and took a bite out of Ellie's neck, greedily sucking her blood until it was completely drained. He laughed fiercely and said, "Anyone who turns back will surely die. If not, I will never be able to get close." Ah. At midnight, remember, never say yes, never turn your head, or those demons lurking in the shadows will take advantage of the situation and bring about a fatal fate.